Hey everybody out there, and today for you guys we are going to be doing a deck update of a deck that, as you can see by the playmat, you guys have all been waiting for since Master Rule 5 came out, and that is my Blue Eyes White Dragon update. If you guys remember, I profiled this deck back in January of 2020, so a few months ago, back in Master Rule 4. The deck has changed quite a bit due to some new cards coming out, different playing styles. Master Rule 5 finally coming out really helped this deck take off. The fact that now you have more rain in the main monster zone to go for exceeds and synchros again is very nice. So I've been playing around with this deck for the last probably 2 to 3 weeks, I would say overall. Tweaking it, changing card ratios, putting in new engines, trying different things out. There's a lot of different ways you can play this deck now, so your version may be different than mine. I expect with the new Master Rule you're going to see a bunch of different versions. As you guys know, I've profiled many different versions on this channel. I'm going to be profiling the Fusion version, which is already up on the channel by now. Ritual version I'm going to be reprofiling soon. Lord of the Red, like I've said before on this channel, there's a multitude of different ways you can build Blue Eyes, but this is what I call the standard variation. So, without further ado, let us get into it. So first off, we run 3 OG Blue Eyes White Dragon. As I've told the story probably since when I started this channel, these are my original Blue Eyes White Dragons that I got when I started the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! All those years ago, back in 2002. So I've had them, I've taken care of them, they've always been in sleeves, they're in pretty decent condition. I would say they're lightly to near mint, and I've loved them. They are my babies and their original artwork. So, 3 OG Blue Eyes White Dragons. The legendary creature destruction that only I, Seto Kaiba, have faced and lived to tell the tale, even though I am not Seto Kaiba. But in my mind, I am, so. So, next up we got 3 Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. I'm happy this card got reprinted. I know it got reprinted as a secret. I don't really care. But, yeah, I'm happy this got reprinted. It's a little bit cheaper now to get for people that need it and want it, so that's good to know for you guys out there that didn't know that yet. But Blue Eyes Alternative is a great card in this deck. It's a staple, helps you go for exceed plays and synchro plays mainly. Essential to the deck as a 3 of. 1 Dragon Spirit of White. You guys know how this card works. You're using it for spot removal. I know currently this current format, quote unquote, it does have a lot of traps. So maybe you want to run 2. I know some people have been teching in DDD Crows. I've seen that a couple times playing against my friends. So I mean, it's up to you if you want to run 2, but I prefer 1. It just helps get rid of floodgates and back row. Next, we run 3 Sage of the Eyes of Blue. Now that we have Needle Fiber in the TCG, aka Fibrax, whatever you want to call him, this guy becomes better. But you're mainly going to use it for synchro plays, searching for your stones, or for your effect veilers, depending upon how many you want to run. So Sage has more uses now that Needle Fiber, aka Fibrax, is out here in the TCG. So 3 Sage with the Eyes of Blue in the deck. Next up, we run the stones. People like running different ratios of the stones now. I get it, because they're once per turn. I understand that. I personally like 3 still of, and I have no complaints. So 3 Ancients helps you recycle, helps you special summon. 1 White Stone helps you search, helps you go for synchro plays, easily to bring out. Also, in addition to that, can help you go for Fibrax. Yes, don't forget these things. So 3 Ancients and 1 White Stone. Then we run 1 Chaos Dragon Levineer. You run this card. This card is literally an honorary Blue Eyes White Dragon card in my mind nowadays. I've seen some people run Chaos Emperor Dragon, which I am all for. Like, you go do that. You do you, man. You know, make that deck as Seto Kaiba as you can. But this is pretty much what I like in the deck because it's 3,000, it's searchable, and it has pretty good effects that help you do different things. Especially because you're mainly going to be reborning stuff because you're going to have more lights in graveyard than darks. So, yeah, just going to say that, guys. That's how this deck works. This is how this card works, and I thoroughly like it. Definitely a staple in the deck going forward for now. Next we run one Galactic Spiral Dragon. This card's pretty cool. We also run one Nebular Dragon, which is pretty decent. And then I'm going to talk about these other two here. These are just some one-ofs. Dragon Core Hexer, which is pretty cool. And also one World Chalice Guard Dragon. Isn't he cute? Yes, he's so cute. So people wonder, first off, why are you running this? Why are you running this? You took the danger package out? And I say, yeah, I did. Because with Needle Fiber, this deck can do a lot more different things, and I feel that Needle Fiber fits very well into this deck's strategy, its core strategy of what it's trying to do. So the cool thing about this here is, this card, let's talk about this here. So World Chalice is really nice because you get to reborn vanilla monsters. Also helps protect your links. That's cool. But it's mainly going to be used with Needle Fiber combos. Dragon Core Hexer helps you, is a vanilla, number 1. It's a level 8. So worst case scenario, you're going to use it for Exceed fodder. Best case scenario, you get to go for a certain Exceed monster. That is now good to play again. Yes, Ultima Tzolk'in! So that way you can bring out things like Crystal Wing very easily. So you see where this is kind of going now, right? Alright, so that's why we run, Dragon Core Hexer. Helps you do for plays like that. It also can easily be reborn to be used for Exceed plays. I have done that. Very useful. Nebula and this are just really useful. These cards came out a while ago, and when they came out initially, I was like, yeah, they're good. They will probably eventually be put into my deck, but not currently until we had Needle Fiber A and we were in the Master Wolf 5, was I really truly considering it. Now that they've come out, I like them in the deck. I'm not going to go too much detail, but they're very essential to help you go for Exceed plays. Very versatile. The other thing I'll mention about Dragon Core Hexer is because it's a vanilla, it works really good with Dragon Shrine, even though I still run it as a one-of in the deck. But these cards I really like in the deck. There are different ways you can take the Blue Eyes deck. Like everything I've shown you up to now is pretty much standard, I feel like, right now, currently. The thing that people are diverging on, if you want to know a little bit more about Blue Eyes and what people are doing, is either people are just throwing it in to go, like lefty driver, righty driver, and all this craziness just to go for Needle Fiber. Or you're putting in these little packages so you can go for Needle Fiber, but your deck can still function, and it's not wholly reliant on Needle Fiber. Then there's people that are still running the Danger Engine. That's fine too. I like it. It's just what you want to do with the deck. Like where you want to go. So use these cards as tech options. If you want to run it in a different way, run it in a different way. But this works for me, and I like it. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Then we got some hand traps. Our 3 Ash Blossom and Joy Springs, because we don't leave home without some hand traps, right, boys? Along with 1 Effect Veiler because it's searchable, and hey, negation is still good. So we're running 4 hand traps in the deck. It's pretty nice. I don't know what this is recently. This is just something I'm going to mention as an aside. But I've been seeing a lot of people run just 2 Ash Blossoms, and I don't know why. If you can run 3, man. Like it's a great card. Is it because it's once per turn? I don't know. But yeah, we run hand traps. 3 Melody of the Wakened Dragons. We run 3. It's straightforward. Makes sense. Just make sure that they don't ash you, because then you become a very sad panda. So, yes, 3 Melody. Love the card. Staple 3 of. 3 Return of the Dragon Lords. Straightforward. I've also chucked back in the deck Silver's Cry. If you want to take Silver's Cry out and run 2 separate playsets of 3 cards, be my guest. I like Silver's Cry now because, like I said, you can use it with Dragon Core Hexer, Spirit for destroying more back row. That's another reason why I decided to run it, is because if I'm dumping Spirit to the graveyard, I've run into certain decks that have very heavy back row, and so I wanted multiple ways to be like, okay, just use Spirit to just destroy and just get rid of some of that back row. Like, go, bye-bye. So that's why I'm running Silver's Cry. It's a tech option, I would say, nowadays, not staple, but I like it now in the deck again. So it comes in and out, depending upon what I'm feeling. 3 trade-in. It's trade-in. Also 1 Cards of Coincidence. I like it. More draw power in the deck. It's decent. It's good. Dragon Shrine Foolish. Some people have really gotten crazy in certain ways. I've seen triple Dragon Shrine again. I haven't seen that in a while. Double Dragon Shrine and Foolish. That's okay. I used to do that myself. I understand why. And then me personally, I'm running one Dragon Shrine, one Foolish, because when you open up double Dragon Shrine, you cry a little bit inside. So for consistency's sake, hey, if I open Dragon Shrine and Foolish, I'm good. But this is the ratio I like. Works pretty well for me. Next up, 1/1-for-1 in Monster Reborn. 1-for-1 can help you bring out a lot of different things to help you discard cards, to maybe get effects off possibly, to bring out something, to go for Needle Fiber. Monster Reborn's Monster Reborn. It's a Reborn card. You're sending things to graveyard. You're reborning them. You're destroying opponent's monsters. Pretty straightforward, guys. And then lastly, I'm running 2 of the Trap card because it's still pretty dang good. And that's 3 of the Ultimate Creature of Destruction. Double of this card, actually. Card's amazing. Card's pretty dang good. I really like it for the deck. It's really nice. You don't have to run it as a 2 of. I've seen people run this as a 3 of, a 1 of. It's up to you. I'd run some ratio because it's pretty decent in the deck and what the deck's trying to do. But yeah, I just like 2 Ultimate Creature of Destruction. It's also awesome when you're like, I activate my Ultimate Creature of Destruction. It's fun to just say that. Sorry guys, I'm having too much fun with this deck profile. Seto Kaiba Field Spell as well as Token. First off, we got a double Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. It's pretty straightforward, guys, like Blue Eyes. 1 Azure Eyes. 1 blue Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. This card saved my butt a lot recently. Also 1 Tzolk'in. We talked about how you can make Tzolk'in. And 1 Crystal Wing because you can use Tzolk'in to bring this out. Also, the Twin Burst Still. I've said this 1,000 times. Just run it in the dang deck. Because certain matchups, this will win you duels. It will. So, run it. For the Exceeds, for level 8s, we run Cypher, Full Armor, and Cypher Blade. So you can go pop, steal, pop, pop. So you can steal a monster and then go pop, pop, and destroy cards. In addition, we run the Hope Harbinger Titanic Galaxy as well. Pretty straightforward. For links, we run 1 Link Karibo, 1 Relinquish Animea. I'm kind of going back and forth, but I do like Animea in the deck. It's actually been working out pretty well. And then I'm running Hockey Falbrax, or Needle Fiber, and also 1 Heraldic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. This card I may cut out in the future, I don't know. But it's still nice to have in the deck, so you can play around with it if you want to. But Needle Fiber is really good with the different combos like I talked about in the deck. It's essential in the deck now if you play in this variation. Like I said, if you want a lefty, righty driver and all this stuff, be my guest. Play the deck that way. But for me, this is what's been working for me. And it makes the deck so it can go for it, but it's not wholly reliant upon going for this. And that's all I'm trying to do. Like, okay. But that's the deck in a nutshell, guys. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Like I've said, I've loved this deck for years. I've played this deck for years. I got my invite back in the day with this deck. That was many moons ago. But I've loved this deck for years, and it's been a staple on this channel to play around with and play with because it's Blue Eyes Freaking White Dragon. It's literally the flagship deck of the channel. And like I will also say, guys, as I finish wrapping this all up here, there is multiple different ways to play with Blue Eyes White Dragons. No 2 Blue Eyes decks are the same. There's the Fusion variation, Ritual variation, Lord of the Red. There's so many different ways you can play Blue Eyes. If you want to check out those other variations, definitely check my channel out. I'll be updating them with the new Master Rule as time goes on. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And until next time, guys, take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling to all of you. Screw the rules, guys, every single day, because that way you win duels. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.